you doing? My name is Wizard, and welcome back to Amnesia the Bunker. From the last episode, we had a lot more bitter work in trying to figure out on how to do multiple things at once, to the point where the progress enough dictates saving with what resources that we have on hand. So we're going to reload our save. Hopefully it doesn't happen again where we keep getting that same weird reload bug, but it was really funny. But I will admit, it would probably be really annoying if that happened again. I'd be actually amazed if it did happen again. I haven't played this game in a while, but I made sure to do a once over. By once over, meaning I glanced over another monitor. I was like, oh yeah, I did this last time. I know what to do this time. On the non-YouTube side of things, I've been trying to pick up more other games like Persona 3. I don't intend to record that. Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm still on the fence about God of War, mainly because those are story-based games and they've been out for a while. And I would rather record games that I'm like want to relax in rather than I want to immerse myself in. But I don't know. Maybe I might just do that for God of War and see how it goes, because I already know everything about this game compared to knowing nothing about God of War. I'll leave that idea in the back burner. But for now. So we need to walk over to comms, get the fuse. Try to move Brick from barracks B to the T section here. Get the fuse to the prison, at least gain access to both sides, and then leave alive. Drag Brick. Okay, that's going back to me. Alright. We do it again, but better. We do it again, but better. I seem a little spacey today. Well, because I was busy looking at wallpaper engine because of the space. I gotta find more cool space background GIFs to put on my PC every now and again. How long does it take for you guys to actually decide, you know what, I'm gonna change my PC desktop background? Like, how long do you guys think that would be on average for like the average person? I mean, it's like at least every 2-3 weeks. It's like, oh man, I love seeing this, and then after like seeing it for the 14th time, I was like, maybe I want to see something different. I don't know. The change in scenery, a change in variety was always kind of important to me. Weird thing with ADHD, I guess. I wonder who in the hell named it that. The Trouble City Still Disorder. Do I get spotted here? Emergence. No, he's downstairs. We literally walked by. Going. Still not spotted. He probably entered left. We still have that brick in maintenance, so we still need to figure out something that triggers the gas cap last time. That means over here. Screw, and then we try to play out this area like we did last time, but slightly better and or slightly different. Is he left? He's left.
Ist jemand da?
It's me.
Schließ das wieder!
Grab Ricky Brick. I don't believe he's out yet, and he should just be waiting in a hole.
Schließ es wieder! Bitte! Bitte! Ich will nicht mehr sterben! It's gone!
Let's break this. Let's at least open this door because we need it anyway. but it's spotted me. Yo, I'm so fast. I had to kind of mentally gauge how fast his footsteps were. Might be a better indicator. I'm like, oh, is he hauling ass or is he just investigating? I'm pretty sure he's still investigating. Better safe than sorry. Play like a cat rather than getting hit by a bat. I don't know. Okay. We still need to bust open both sides of storage. The one on the left, which can be destroyed by the door to the right of it. It does have bullets and a grenade, which we will use. But it's still, it's like, man, what to do after? What to do after? Okay, we still need to go back to get the gas mask. After that, we will have a lot more free reign in deciding how to get there. Because I don't think there's anything else inside the storage area. It's just the other bullets and stuff like that. Oh, we forgot Bosher's thing. Well, we can grab it on the way back. But, okay. Should be 170. 7195. Awesome. Gold star for that is cool. This guy's dice. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. I don't know if you can actually put the things inside. Oh, you can. Close it too. Oh my god, it's so cool. Oh. Oh, you're right. We're in a life or death scenario. It's just like kind of interesting that no matter where you are, you always try to spruce up the life a little bit, because living a life that's pretty bland, secluded, the color gray is always just monotonous. So we got distracted. Far left, I walk. I noticed the flickering and he was waiting out there, but because I was also being unpredictable, I didn't know where I was. He's heading down this way. I could probably trigger one of the sides to explode, create the hiding space, which should drag him towards the holes. But I could be wrong if that forces him into the walls. Like, I want to try to get him to teleport over here so I can leave. Purpose. We're fine. Cool. And we're out. Still have to go back out there, but we might as well wait for things to cool down. Let's get the brick from Barracks B to the T section. There is still something false to do that would help should we need it, because it's looking like we might actually need it. But trying to retain orbit towards the original plan. Sorry, I'm taking a sip of Coke. Alright. You know, I cooked this big batch of rice the other day. I was thinking of adding the rice to curry. I think you're supposed to do that, because I've been treating curry like it's a type of soup or stew. At least that's how it was when my roommate made it the last time he cooked. No, this was like well over at least 7 months ago, but he made curry for like the first time and it was pretty good. And like I kind of had that as like a staple for my rotational meals every now and again, mainly because it's super cheap to make and not that hard to prepare. It's just literally preparing a soup. But like I thought of maybe the super obvious, oh, maybe what if I just add like rice or noodles to it? It's like, oh, I'm supposed to do that. I never had it with noodles. Maybe I'll try it next time, but I kind of want to try it with rice and see how well that goes. It'll probably just be a really well-fulfilling meal, all things considered. I don't know. We're walking with this brick going upstairs. We need to leave this by the T section. Still moving. Either he's still in transition going down, or he's actually outside. Okay. I'm also trying to do these long play videos as like a kind of a gauge of how I would be in a Twitch streamer setting. Like when I start talking about the thing that I'm doing, I do a really good job of like trying to be announcer, presenter, whatever it is for the thing I'm trying to talk about. But I do have a lot of like moments where I lose track of what I'm talking about, and I kind of zone out. So like I kind of wanted to at least give some sense of, oh, okay, this guy naturally tends to do that. That's his thing. That is just how he is. Instead of, hey man, well, why are you trailing off in the middle of talking? Like, oh, like believe me, I would love to tell you if I knew. Like, I'm just aware that it happens. But I wanted to call attention to it because it's like I don't want long periods of video to be where I'm just dead silent because I'm zoning out, but still kind of locked in. But it's like, oh man, to me this is more normal like gameplay of just walking from area I died in because of unfortunate circumstance that happened. Oh, pencil. I lost where I was gonna go, but surely that sentence had a train of thought going somewhere. $46.87. Is there a brick that could buy the floor of it? Was. Cool. We have the gas mask again. Awesome. He's on his way. Let's hurry up and grab everything from here. Like I know where I should hide. It's just, oh man, I can't accurately gauge how far is he to his line of sight. But considering the heartbeat's not around, he seems far. Probably ran away because of the fire. It's all about knowing how to accurately read where he's going, where he is, what direction he's facing, and how long it's been since he investigated an area for a reason. Because then you can use, okay, I'll decide to just flip the spawns, and you can kind of gaze out, okay, he's going to do that. Then I'm going to reposition while he does that, and that's how I can make my escape. It's really hard to make those accurate reads, but it's kind of the thing with game sense. You build it the more you do it. It's practice with any skill, I would imagine. Okay. So let's take the rest of the brick. Now we need to actually prepare ourselves towards actually going to maintenance. So we have the grenade, rat trap. Should be enough for now, actually. I wish there's more objects that the game allows you to use to break down doors, because I love that bricks are a thing, but there's a mod where I have from the Steam Workshop where any random prop has a chance to explode when thrown, when it's like activated by a different anomalous event, I guess. And like the mod is like a nitroglycerin themed type of mod, so it makes opening up early areas really useful. But it can also kill you because the monster breaks a chair in one room and suddenly the entire room explodes and you're deaf and the monster's just stunned. But you're also deaf and you can't hear because your eardrums are ruptured from that. I really gotta figure out how to trip this. Because I don't believe these things can explode. It's just, how do I detonate the gas? In a smart way that's sufficient. Big words are not big wording today, guys. I'm not. That is... okay. See. Okay, he should have hit it, which does bring us inside. I just have to wait and see if it's actually triggered to see if he goes away. And I could drag it all the way there if possible. There's just one other thing I have to worry about, and that's the other fire trap in the middle of maintenance. Going from the workshop to that tunnel. It's still over there. Back. Until someone actually like breaks down the code of this game, I can't give accurate information on how the monster works. It's just my general gut feeling on what I know about playing this game and streaming it to my friends. I don't know if the gas is... it's not. I was really hoping. There's a huge risk I might die here. We do have a means of escape, we just have to get lucky. I don't know if luck's gonna be really favorable on my side. It's like standing right around there. Turn around. Walking away. Thing is, I don't know if the gas is even active. I think it is. No, it's not. Okay. This guy. I'm dead. See if I can run past him. Yeah. See how fast he is. I'm not even gonna bother with the clutch. Alright, we got lucky. Very rarely lucky. Like, words cannot describe to you how lucky that was in actual... Oh, dude, this is gonna suck. Okay, I know what to do to remedy the situation. It just sucks that this happened in this way. Because it doesn't kill the run, it just cripples it more than it needs to. More than it already is. But, I'm not the one to take a challenge lying down, so... Let's remedy this as soon as we can. So, we do have a bandage, which could remedy that, but we will be at 1 health for the rest of the run. Or at least until we can get into a med kit. And there's one in prison, but that's gonna be a while till we get there. Better do this now, because the rats will kill me later if I don't. Now we're stupidly slow. We have a few ideas up our sleeve on how to do this part. Better yet. Idea. Grand idea. I use that explosive trap to explode that thing. I doubt that explodes. After that, I will drag it over there and try to not die while doing that. Let's try it, because, like, honestly, if I don't try something creative at this point without any healing, then what new strategy am I going to develop? It's looking at it, being stumped, and deciding, let's try something new. Something I didn't think of before. Let's use an explosive to trip the explosive that's not actually an explosive, so you can get through a thing that would be solved by a different explosive. So, put on the mask. What's up, danger? Isn't that like a... Pretty sure it's a song. Oh, please. Oh, he can't actually get to me like this. This works out. Let's just drag it. Just keep going. I'm at a loss for words, but I'm just running with this because, like, this is straight up a timer. Oh no, that's not good. It stopped. Does this reset between floors? That'd be really weird if it did. for a really crazy idea. I'm really glad that worked. Okay, well, at least now we have a strategy for that specific area consistently, because the game likes to spawn rat traps, especially right there. Usually you bypass it by setting that corpse on fire, but at least the game suggests that you do, but you don't really have to. Let's just keep going. Let's trip. Oh, yeah. Let's trip this because we know where he is. We might as well just move the brick somewhere towards here. Look at the turd by the fire, I'm sure. Yeah. This is actually crazy enough to... He's actually crazy enough to walk through. When they don't retreat, it actually kind of sucks. But then again, creative solution. And he's patrolling back and forth. Bandits, rats won't bother me. Let's just... There is the gas can by the pantry, but it will be exploded. Which you probably... Oh. Gotta wait for the smoke and noise to die down before I can reevaluate what I have access to, what I don't have access to, and then seeing if I can do the gas can strap. Drag can? Definitely lost interest in definitely. Okay. Let's carefully navigate. To be honest, I actually don't know where that is. That actually surprised me. He's heading back. I've never heard that noise before. Weird. Three. Nice. Yeah, because I don't believe a single meat is enough to get all the rats' attention, because it's too long of a straightaway out of the usual meat detection radius. Meat detection radius is a phrase I never thought I was to use in a sentence. It's over here by the T section. Go away for a little bit, please. Very rarely in other playthroughs, this tunnel is still present, but there's no rat traps. And usually the game encourages you to have lighter have lighter access by this point, so you can get through this part, but you don't need the lighter to get through this part. I didn't like that at all. Yeah. What do I want me to do? Like, I'm not gonna throw the meat. Well, I could throw the meat at him, but I don't think that would actually do anything useful. I don't have the useful tools that I know will make a difference. Like, by the end of the game, if you choose to look in every nook and cranny inside the tunnels, you can get the rabbit toy, which is a guarantee save me for the bunker. But man, whole lot of waiting and a whole lot of why did it happen again? What is this? You really think I planned this? No, I fucking did it. What the fuck? Maybe it's because that was the last other save, and I'm not sure how to change that, but no worries, no worries. We do it again, but better. We know what to do and how to do it, and we're gonna do it a lot faster. Oh, hamburgers, as that one character in South Park goes. What's his name? Butters? He's a really funny guy. See if we can get through by sprinting. Let's see what happens. Oh, wild idea. I beat him. It's because he would have spawned behind me. Sometimes rushing is better because, like, horror games tend to play on the time factor, trying to accommodate for how long someone would take to explore an area and be super scared of everything. So if you rush it through the experience or through an area, the game doesn't expect that and takes a little too long to catch up. This happens sometimes. But because of that, it's kind of a good thing, because if you know you could be reckless and to see what you can learn from it, then cool. You can route something, try something super simple, like that. Like, I had a vague idea that those two tripwires are there, but I still trusted that I didn't really need to look.
Schließ es wieder. Bitte, bitte. Ich kann es hören.
This sets up this area later for me. I'm gonna try hauling ass towards every other brick. Oh, that's not very bad. Because now we just need to grab the meat. Oh, I didn't put in the fuse. Oh. That's okay, I guess. Because, like, we at least know where the fuse is. We're just doing it for practice. Just so if we do get a successful run, then, like, cool, we can use it in an area and turn the power on, see if we can explore, but it's better that we do know where it is than where it isn't. I keep forgetting about this, but I at least remember the code. It's 71. Comment down below if you're a fish. What type of fish here? I used to have a blue betta. Betty? Betty? Blue betta fish? I forget how it was spelled. That fish was blue. It was also purple. Bits of black. I miss that fish. I don't remember what I named it though, but I do remember the colors because it was so vibrant and distinct. And I had a best friend in elementary. A few of them know him. His name is Emmanuel. He was like one of the other day one friends that I used to have. And he gave me 3 goldfish, and I thought that was like the sweetest thing ever. But I didn't know jack shit from how to take care of a fish, which was a little sad to say. It was like a really sweet gesture that I was like, oh my god, it's so cool. I don't know what to do with it, but they look so cool. And like, I really do wish that I was better taught responsibility, especially when it came to taking care of pets, because like later down the line, I do intend to try to get a cat. Try to see if I can learn how to take care of a pet. Oh, he's here. Waiting here on purpose because I don't want to despawn because he'll be behind me. It's really not fair. Again, this game was never fair. I'm getting spotted. Ship this strip wire. Now I know where he is. Focus on where he is. Really rough idea. The issue is that I don't know if I have enough to really do. So, idea. I have meat. I could throw meat to gather rats in area. Drag explosive barrel to area to extend blast radius, and detonate all with a grenade to buy me enough time to pass through. But it kills my opportunity to really be able to carry something for the necessary lock after break. So that, or I try the gas thing, but I remember it detonates automatically from the door is open. Oh, I should randomly grab it. Down here. That's an issue. Because I'm thinking it's like, okay, I can't hear if the gas was hissing based on that explosion, because I do recall from what trial and error that they're getting that far. There is a gas can I could use, and I could use it to get through one thing, but it was a waste to do that because I still have to open it from the other side. So I might as well use that as an access through the one way. And if I'm able to open that door fast enough, then I could use it to clear there. But I doubt it because it's likely a lot of noise and a lot of different phases all to wait through. Not to mention, getting into maintenance in the first place is already a hassle on its own. But not to worry, we're getting there faster and faster. Why am I in this save file again? I'm gonna do a counter of how many times that actually happens. So maybe consider that like a pseudo death counter, because I don't know why that started happening when I start dying. That makes no sense. But I'm not really one to question. I just think it was really silly to point out. Alright. Let's get the extra space for mission storage, and then let's do it all over again. I don't really need to explain myself if everyone else has been with me so far, but if first you don't succeed, try again. It's the better work of most things. But I'm having fun. Because despite the settings still being max, you'd still see me get away with things that usually, on first glance, look like they should not allow me to get away with. So you would think with min-max settings, you think the games take it super serious. You can't sprint at all. You can't do this, but it's more like the leeway you have is a lot more tighter than considered, which is really interesting for me to recognize. Because it's like, okay, I can now go from playing super safe and super slow to trying. I'm in the wrong place. To trying. Okay, let me think of something reckless. See if it works. Let me run with it. Because I don't want to there. He starts rolling. So I'm just gonna go through here. Get the thing and the other thing that's usually here. We can never get thing B. Should be down the wall. That's a full spot, dude. No way. Alright, cool. So yeah, that's how you know the difference between him spotting you and him spotting you. That was an instance of him really spotting you. Okay. In that case, does that raise the question of if you run too much too soon, will he always know where you are? And whatever grace period you have, you can't burn it because you won't get it back. Interesting to consider. Or at least that's a theory. We could continue to test it, see if that works. Ah, number 3! Or it would be for this episode. Okay. We're learning something new. We're learning something new. It's not like all these experiences are going to waste. No. We're learning something new about, okay, we're refining the approach to getting back to where we used to be a lot quicker. And making newer critical thinking rationalizations, if I'm allowed to mush those 3 words together, to figure out on how the beast works. Alright. Maybe in my own time, I will do a separate thing where I time how long it takes for the monster to reload in after a save versus sprinting, because I wonder if that doing anything that has a sound weight to it decreases that grace period or not. I really want to see if that's a thing. Walking. After this, I'm pretty excited to actually play God of War. Like, I do have a save file started, but it's still at the very beginning of the game that I don't mind restarting for it. Because it's like, well, it doesn't make too much of a difference if I restart, because like I still need a refresher on the game anyway. Because I bought the 2022 version of it, the Thor Ragnarok. And I missed out on a lot of God of War, but I'm starting with that one. So it reminds me of another friend that I will say like, oh, then you'll miss out on the meaning or the connections that the game will have. It's like, I disagree. I could still infer, and I could still make those critical thinking assumptions myself, but way to be really mean about it. Monster will show up like, behind me to my left. Now they're actively hunting me down earlier. It's actually interesting. Like, I took my time here, I got done most of what I had set up, but he still got me cut off. I haven't actually been in a scenario like this where I'm actually trapped in the soldiers' quarters of all places. I didn't pick it up. Bit of a tense moment, but thing I can handle. I don't know what my crazy idea was to bring this as if I can, because like, there's a grenade trap here. Okay, he's on the other side. You backtrack now. I really wish that this actually led to another area rather than that looking like a dead end. I really do believe that this bunker should be more expansive, and I think that would bring a lot more fun to it. But it would also inflate the playtime quite significantly. But I wouldn't really complain, because I like this type of gameplay. What's it called? Like, I'm really hoping there probably is custom stores with custom maps that you utilize the base game mechanics and just new reimagined maps. Because I think that'd be really cool if like Amnesia introduced like a map tools or like an editor. But and again, I'm not entirely sure how people make their mods. I don't know. But it would be kind of cool to just make something custom for yourself to see how you would like it. Kind of like Happy Wheels. But and I miss Happy Wheels. Then again, Happy Wheels is like there's a nostalgia factor with it. So it's like you miss this type of game for what it was, but you loved it because it was so simple. And going back to it, like there's still the magic in your mind, but it's like, man, and it just looks super simple to you, and not as extravagant as it used to be. Weird how things like that are. Novelty, I guess. I don't know. Do I beat him? Let's drag him back towards officers' quarters. Almost called the soldiers' quarters. I don't know why that's like. We'll drag him back towards officers' quarters, and then see if I can do something with that. I'm not super. What? I'm not super. Thoughtful? Anticipated? I don't know. I'm not looking forward too much to the later part of maintenance after I get there, because I'm mainly worrying about getting there consistently, but I haven't thought ahead too much on the fact of, cool, once I do get there, what do I know is going to be there, and what can I pick up, what can I use? I have to repeat that process over, but I don't know. Over there. I think he's heading down towards soldiers' quarters. Otherwise, it would have spotted him. It would have spotted me. Immediately backtracks, like, oh wait, I was wrong. Yeah. Because from my perspective, I can't see very far past that French flag. Plus, the light was flickering. Let's wait for him. Let's go back into the safe room, wait for him. Because we need to go to prison and do the fuse thing anyway, because we still need the gas mask no matter how we spin our approach. So let's take a moment to breathe. Pause. And one of the other things I was really hoping to actually make content on was like Smash Bros. Content. Except it's like Smash Bros. As a game typically gets a lot of bad rap just for the community surrounding it, but it's unironically a really fun game. Like, once you learn how to not take the game so competitively, so seriously, how it's just when you remove the whole winning or losing aspect of the game, when it stops to matter, you have a lot more fun with it. I used to have really good friends that were like super into that game, and I genuinely loved to play with them, despite the fact I was not at that level, but they were like super kind and really genuine with like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, Alex, you can go ahead, here, borrow my controller for a turn, see how you go, I'll just watch, and like, it was fun. It was fun that the people I met then were like really inclusive, and just like, hey, you like this thing? Come join us. Like, we like this thing too. As long as like, as long as you're cool, we're cool, type of thing. But strange how. I guess that's kind of like life, isn't it? How it's just sometimes you don't realize that you're growing up in the current moment, and it is a really strange feeling to recognize that, like, man, I still wish I was in a past part of my life, but I don't want to live like that anymore. So I'm appreciating what I'm doing now. Being able to play Amnesia, give myself a immersed, imagined pep talk to this guy Hat and Shoe over there while I prepare myself to go back out there. Remembering that, you know, I had some pretty good times. I'm happy that they happened instead of not at all. Alright, let's go back out there. Nice. Alright, so we have the fuse, we have the meat. We have the brick, we just gotta get the gas mask. And open up prison, and then... we still have that grace period. Let's see how long we can use it before he decides to come back.
Hallo? Ist jemand da? Schließ das wieder! Ich kann es hören! Bitte! Bitte! Ich will nicht so sterben! Es kommt! Nein! Nein! Lassen Sie es zu!
So far, so good. That's really bad. I knew I had to go. I think I can get away with this though, but I got the hard spot. Chase music. Cool. Oh man. Okay. We almost did everything perfectly. We just couldn't get the gas mask, but now we just wait a little longer. Wait for things to cool. Now bear in mind, like, I do want to reiterate, that's the biggest reason why I'm not using gas. The gas would make it easier to approach, but it wouldn't make it easier to leave. And there's like 3 instances where you're required to have it on at 3 times. Like, once to get the arsenal code, once to get the, what is it, to unclog the water from tunnels and arsenal, and one more time to get the bolt cutters from prison, because Yeah, the bolt cutter is straight up necessary to progress. But you can get the specialized wrench as early as possible if you know the code beforehand. But unless you've died really far, you're not really gonna know the code beforehand. Do it again, but better. Do it again, but better. A lot of walking here, but safely get the code. 4687. I remember numbers. Hooray! Just got the grenade and then.
Is he done?
Strip this. Strange. I'm not hearing him. There you go. I don't know. For me, like I would anticipate him showing up sooner if he would. Like, if it's on a higher setting, you know, he would be much more sensitive to that and give you less grace period. But if he is, then cool. Oh, we have the gas mask. Let's try our other strategy of doing the drag can. Get the can, put it on the side, you detonate it with some other external explosive if you don't have bullets, and then you can drag it with the gas mask and it will solve the problem for you. Theoretically. You don't try this out. If you're at home and you are trying this, then chances are you live in a World War I era French bunker. And I don't know what to tell you. Still bread. I didn't grab the grenade, but that's fine. That solves that problem. I have a healing thing in case if we fuck up. We don't have a grenade though, but we're here now. We got here kind of fast, which is great. Let's quickly plan out what to do. Only how to do it. I don't know if I can get the brick through those walls. Oh, like to. Let's try before we do anything else. Because if I can, then I can just try to get away with making it easier on myself with just the one rat distraction and suffer a wound. But at least I would be on the other side and I would have a way back. But would the game allow me? That's the question. What? Oh. Yeah. Cool. The game does allow me that. That's pretty funny. Okay. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Not ideal, but not a bad thing. Oh, you can just do that. Okay. Damn. Okay. Okay. This changes things slightly, but not by much. Alright. So, what we're doing... Okay. We could still... We've discovered two methods that we're still trying to go for. We're trying to go for the better, longer, safer method, but prepping that if, for whatever happens, and we're still alive, but we know that we're going to die, we could try a risky... high risk method just to see if it works and then accept our death and start over. I'm able to move the brick through the wall and it just clips through the texture of the floor, but I could still grab it and ensure it's on the other side. Therefore, I could ensure that I have a way out after I get past it, which means I require a lot less to actually get through maintenance than I thought. I just needed to know where the things were. Cool, this works out. Number 4. Or is this 5? I don't remember. Probably 4. 4 feels more correct. If you liked the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I don't know how often those people do that. I will try not to be too annoying about it, but if you genuinely do like my content and the long form type of content that kind of hasn't been relevant for a long time, then leave a like. I kind of like to think that this is all excellent background noise, is perfect to replicate. Like, oh hey, I'm just your friend. I came in from Discord. I'm here to just talk your ear off and give you some ambient background noise where you can focus on whatever the hell that you're doing. I could put on some dumb, silly accent. I used to do a lot of voices for some of my friends. I kind of still miss doing that, but like I have a hard time keeping track of what the things I actually used to do to see if I could do it now. Like different characters, because I did have a different subset of people I could try to voice and impersonate, but that's really all they were. Impressions. Because I believe acting, it's like you yourself, you make the character come alive rather than you making the tone of their voice with your voice. It's like going against the character if you decide to do something in said character's voice that is not alike their character. And it's like a super nitpicky thing, but I do feel like some sympathy towards, or like sharing the same sentiment, because it's like, yeah, because it would be a little weird if like this guy that's so super serious all the time suddenly says like some unhinged degenerate stuff. I went to the wrong location. Okay. Maybe you have to play this game mode with repeatedly going back into the safe room so you can upkeep that grace period. That's how you get through it. That's your edge. Just an idea. No harm in trying to think about that. Hard spotted too. I'm dead here. It's like genuinely, like once you get hard spotted, like you might as well accept death because you're not gonna tank a hit. You're just gonna get dragged and dead. I just didn't expect. Well, no, rather I did expect that. I'm just trying to test the waters and what I can get away with, what I can't. Might as well try to learn all we can while perfecting the strategy we have down. Ah, number 5. If it seems like I'm playing a little bit tired, it's okay, I am. But I still wanted to at least do something, you know. Okay. Okay. Let's try it again. Being the rat distraction with this. Like, after doing a min-max run, I'm thinking of doing other runs where, like, one specific stat or subset of stats is cranked up, while the other ones are cranked super low. Like, oh, min-max run, but you have high ammo odds, or high resource odds. Like, to deprive you of one thing, but see if you can flourish without it. Really poetic way of putting it, actually. Holy shit. But considering of how frequent he comes out early with noise, we are correct in our assumption to go slow and steady. Let's try to maintain that, because this thing is not behaving how I want it to do. Stop it. I don't believe it's necessary to have the flashlight the entire game. You can make it through large portions of the game with just the lighter, but that implies that, you know, you have found it early and you're okay with seeing next to nothing. But the sooner you get used to the dark, the better, because the more you remember the maps internally in your mind, the better it is. He's gonna be downstairs. He's out. Let's see what we can do. Okay. I don't hear him moving. He's inside the room. I want to at least wait until he crosses the hallway. Sounds like enough. Yeah. There's like a certain timing you can hear with it. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. Okay, we'll leave this here. And we repeat the last, like, 6 deaths or so that we've tried to learn. But No min-max run is perfect until you know that you can start getting it down, then you start trying actual runs. You can't move an entire mountain in a day. But you chip at it slowly but surely, you learn things, and that's how you learn anything.
Ist jemand da? Nein! Nein! Es kommt! Bitte! Bitte! Ich will nicht zerstören! Schließ es wieder! Schließ es wieder! Kann es hören? Kann es hören?
Set, hit the grace period, and then we try it again. Learned that concept from a classmate who spotted me. Holy shit. I learned that concept from a classmate in high school. His name was Vincent. He was a little bossy during the presentations, but that's because I didn't really understand. Like, oh, like, just tell me what to do and I can do a good job of it. But I didn't really like the decisions he made. But not many other people saw me out as like another partner to work with in high school. But what I'm trying to get at is, he taught me this expression called "kiss, keep it simple, stupid," and that genuinely is a really good thing to live by. Just, you can keep it simple, great. Why overcomplicate it? Why stress yourself out? Simple stuff like that. And I like to think that my progression with this YouTube process is, well, let's start simple and add a little bit more each time, even if it's like stagnating. Well, not really stagnating, more so it's like, well, we're here now. What can we do about it? We're here now, what can we do about it? Okay, so we basically unlocked everything. We just gotta secure the map, the gas mask, and then do that thing over there. Use that grace period while we still go. I think if I die within this next one, I will stop the recording from there, and we will try again tomorrow. Or the next time I decide to pick this up again. But hopefully tomorrow. Okay. We still have the... Okay. 677. We have the grenade and don't remember where I left the brick. We have another brick in maintenance, so it should be fine. I don't really think we need to stress about that specific aspect of the plan anymore. Okay. Let's pick up the bandage, just in case. Because we're on really good pace for having a really good run set up right now. Talking as if like I'm a speedrunner. I don't know many people, or if it's really fun to speedrun this type of game. Especially considering, like... That is really... Oh. Okay. Because, like, this game has so much RNG in it that, like, you gotta be creative with it. But I don't think it would be fun to speedrun permadeath runs, honestly. Like, yeah, that's like asking for too much strain and stress without actually having a lot of fun. I'm supposed to detonate this. I doubt you can do much with this, honestly. Come on, come on. Oh, hi. There ain't no way. I fell through the map! Bro, what? Oh, this works out. Holy shit. Oh man, the game realized, oh, sorry, I didn't realize that would happen. Oh man. Oh, I'm just glad that I fucking caught that on recording. What the fuck? He's gonna spawn behind me, isn't he? He's to my left. I have leeway. Okay, let's strip this first. I don't want that thing to become weird. Oh, phone! What the worst time to do this phone. Man. It's like, you should always silence your phone in the middle of a movie theater. Otherwise you're gonna end up like this guy, this Frenchman, inside of this World War I bunker because his phone went off. And then the monster kills him because of it. Well, this is actually just like a be polite ad type of thing. Well, the run's going good so far. We're here now in a lot less time. Really, what can you do about it? Like, I actually want to know, like, what genuinely, what can you do about it? Maybe he broke down the fucking door. I'm just kidding. I actually want to see if he actually still lives from that way. I kind of doubt it, though. That's fun. Like, I would rather trust fire traps more than gas traps, honestly. Oh, the game really forced death out. I'd rather go on my terms than theirs because cool. Yeesh. Okay, well. Number 6! I wonder why this does that. Okay, well. We will make more progress in the next episode. I really did wish that we actually did make significant progress, but that's okay. A step forward is better than no steps at all. All this is adding up towards us getting through the entirety of maintenance relatively quickly, and then the throes of Arsenal. I would think Arsenal is a lot more fun to play through rather than the current stage of the game I'm currently at, but that's okay. It's better to appreciate the company within the journey rather than the destination. We know where the game is going to end, but to those that have chose to be with me for this ride, I really do appreciate you. Thank you everybody so much for watching. My name is Wizard, and I will see you guys when I see you. Leave a comment down below, and subscribe if you enjoy what I do. Bye! Does this button work? Can I... Oh, fuck. You can overcome the same problem with different solutions, as long as it solves the problem. Or solves the issue, resolves the issue, however you want to say it. But, am I bummed out that I lost everything? No. Because I know that I still did everything right. And I still died because of X, Y, and Z. Because I chose to take a risk because I couldn't assess what was behind me or how close death was. You could still do the same thing perfectly every single time and still lose. That's not weakness. That's life. But that's also the strength of human adversity. Trying again despite losing. Despite, well, I gave it my all. I was outplayed by an unforeseen thing, but it's because I panicked and I didn't trust that, okay, the thing that was keeping me safe is no longer keeping me safe. And it's now going to kill me. But it's okay. Because we're no longer there, now we're back here, and what are we going to do about it? Exact same thing, just better. Okay. So, I'm trying my best not to regurgitate and re-say the same plan over and over again, but I'm doing it mainly for myself so that I can practice keeping what's important in order and having that in my mind. Wait, we need the storage space, right? Remember about sound weights? $7,195. Cool. We're walking, and now we go back down, we get the fuse, we move the brick into position. Well, no, we don't have to do that because there's already a brick in there. But it would be useful for Arsenal. Okay. Let's at least leave it at the intersection and don't really care about it because we know there's a brick and workshop. Because I'm trying to think further ahead. Okay, after maintenance, what's in Arsenal? I know what consists in Arsenal, but I don't know what is in this specific save file that it has to provide because of the amount of rat traps in the way. He's here. Grab. He's gonna be to our left. We're good, we're good. Sounds above to my right. Gonna be to my right. Ring twice. And I want to think, how do you relieve yourself from all the stress when you're inside of a war scenario? I want to think that these guys probably got off. You know? And I don't really understand why it would be considered so taboo or wrong that both genders do the same thing, and why can't people share that? And maybe it's seen as an intimate thing, but like, okay, cool. You define it as an intimate thing, then that's cool. But if it's you don't define it as that, then it's whatever. But you decide what you give meaning to, and it'll stay with you until you choose to discard it. So we're going to move the brick all the way over there by the Tina section so we can see it and remember about it. Because if I don't see it, I don't know it exists. If it isn't brought to my awareness, then I can't do much about it. He's down there. Let's go towards the prison. Unless he's going to follow us there. I hope not. He probably will. He's going to anyway. But I'm going to try to break open the first room. We'll still try to get the bullets in the grenade, because it's both necessary. But the fact that I have to go back to prison 3-4 times to get a chance to go to maintenance is really difficult. But that's okay, because that's what it takes. Oh, we have the fuse. We can put this here now, because we will need to come back here for the bolt cutters. Bolt cutters is necessary for how we can get past like 4 areas. Shit.
Lass mich in Ruhe! Ich kann es hören! Nein! Nein! Lassen Sie es zu!
I wonder why you never have the option to talk to the prisoner. Maybe you just are afraid and you don't remember it. You're operating off of sheer adrenaline because it's like, I'm scared, there's no one alive, and there's something not here. So.
Schließ das wieder! Ich kann es hören! Ich kann es hören!
Because, what is it? In history, didn't France, like, surrender? I don't think there's anything wrong with surrendering. If it's a efficient means at preserving your life, then what's so wrong with it? It's okay to concede. I think that's the smartest play. Like, hey, you know you're overwhelmed. Better to come alive than dead. Because if you're fighting for a cause, but the cause no longer aligns with your life, what are you fighting for? I don't want to fight over land I don't give a shit about. Because the threat is much more severe than petty area that we don't really need or to care about. See, I care about my life because if I don't, I won't continue to play whatever I'm playing. I won't continue to do whatever I'm doing. He's on his way here. He's gonna burst down that door and then some. But you see how I'm able to be calm because I chose to joke about it, to not be so seriously. I chose to downplay the situation because it would get me killed if I just start screaming and peeking my mic, screeching and making it obvious that, like, I'm here, come kill me. Like, no. I'm able to keep my cool. I'm able to believe in myself in a situation where no one else knows if you're alive, if you're well. And, shit, man. Like, the biggest reason why I chose to play this game first is because that's how my life felt for a long time. This is how it felt with living with my brother. This is how it felt during all of those different things in my life that I vaguely reference but never seem to elaborate because it was just this feeling. I never knew how to describe this feeling, but it was like being afraid as a French soldier that doesn't remember who he is, that doesn't know who he is, just that he's in a war with a monster barely beyond comprehension that you don't know, like someone that was your best friend, but that's not really your best friend anymore, and that they're near, they're angry, they're destroying stuff, and you're scared, and all you can do is sit in this room, lock the door, and wait for things to calm down. The biggest point of why I wanted to make videos was to hopefully try to express this specific feeling. This is what my life has been thousands of times over. Because when you hear something being destroyed, you don't want to be around it. No, you want to run from it. You want to heed to that fear to stay alive, or you can run toward it to see what's going on. But unless you know that the threat outside can't be reasoned, and you are sure that you can't take down the threat, it is perfectly okay to just hide. There is nothing wrong with hiding to preserve yourself. No one can take that away from you. Because if hiding kept you alive, it kept you alive. Being hidden keeps people alive sometimes. Away from threats, away from monsters, away from anything that desires to cause bodily harm to you. This specific feeling is the perfect description of how my room was when I was quite young. Because it felt a lot safer to stay by a place that I know that can keep me safe at all costs, that has an inverse sense of power, where I could do anything I want here as long as I'm here, because there's no one else here. And that's how my mind has been for a very long time. Because I didn't want to allow what others dictated what my life was. But until I chose to escape, it felt like at every turn I was met with fierce resistance, that I didn't want to be cooped up all day doing the same thing over and over again. But sometimes that is life. Life is the same thing over and over again, just rematched, just remixed, different. It's dynamic. It's a mashup. Everything in life is a mashup. But I play this game and I love it the most because it is the most familiar feeling that I have to my childhood. Because it's essentially me wondering what went wrong with my brother. But it's also knowing that you can allow yourself to be afraid to feel fear, but you can't allow it to control you. You can't give yourself to despair. You can be afraid of anything and everything, but you can't allow your own fear to consume you. Because no matter what, you still have to get up, you still have to unlock that door, open it up, and get outside and try it again. Because you don't ever want to be the type of person to take things lying down. To take things like, well, maybe you do want to be the person that you don't want to die lying down. That's what I'm trying to say. But you can take things lying down and take things hanging up. That's whatever. It's just, don't ever be a person that gave up because everyone else gave up on you. That's their issue, not yours. If people decided that, oh, you're not worth our time, then they're not worth your time. So, we have the king, we did that. Now we need to go back to prison and get the bullets and then some. We already opened up everything. Because, isn't it ironic that in a war scenario, I find more comfort doing this, playing a simulation of a real-life war scenario, that this is more comfortable because I know what I am, and I know that I need to survive by any means necessary. and domestic life just struck me as too drastically different because it was unlike everything I've seen. I've seen it everywhere in movies and TV, but real life never felt that way. It was like those things, but people come home angry, people come home happy, they all have problems, everyone has problems, everyone's always dealing with something. And I was always wondered, why can't you just put down those problems for a while and pick it up when you have the energy for it? Like, it's okay to leave it where you know that you're gonna come back to it. To just set it down for a while and just rest. 4687. How close is that? Is that in front of us? No, past. I'm only turning around because, like, this is mild greed, but I want to see if I can get the bullets. He's in the walls, but he's not patrolling. Now he's patrolling. Now let's leave. There we go. That's smart. Walk his way to buy me more time to do the thing, and that's how I pull off a heist. With ease. You see how quick thinking that was? I really hope that whoever was paying attention didn't really need me to speak to understand and react to that situation. And it's like, okay, I noticed him move, but I noticed him blocking off my exit, but I remember that that door had a fire trap and fire blocks him off. So if I trip the trap, denying him access, I can use that trap as a deterrent to prevent him from coming out and patrolling, so I can blow up the grenade door and still walk out with the resources I believe I need to progress. Because, well, hey, I'm gonna need all the help I can get. I'm gonna do anything or everything, I'll need all the help I can get. And never hit an outstretched hand. Unless it's a high five. Because you're cool like that or some shit, I don't know. Alright. Now we can head to maintenance. We have everything. Let's just get everything set up. Like this is fine. And keep going, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. Sight, just let it linger. He died. We leave that in the way and we walk. And now we're through. We did that easy with no damage. I do wish that this was accessible, because it would be pretty cool to expand more of the map, but cool. Let's get that brick, move it to where we need it to, and then try to get things going in our way. Better yet, we should probably... Oh no, I'm already here. I would like to save, but I want to make substantial progress that I'm comfortable with leaving off on, rather than a micro step that doesn't have a lot of opportunities to be... that doesn't need to be saved. I don't know. still in the walls, he's listening. But I'm still trying to be as quiet as possible. So we can still shimmy this thing. Over there where we will see it. And it's gonna be over there, because you hear that noise. So let's think, what are we gonna do? Let's at least trip the fire trap and be in a safe distance from it. So. Because once I open that door, it explodes and triggers the gas can, which is very unideal. But that's not too big of an issue. In my opinion, at least. Pretty sure there's like at least a fuel bottle inside the foreman's quarters. So we do have a free save we could use comfortably. But I want to wait. Now he's here. He'll probably blow that up. Blows up. He's hit. Will he be deterred? Probably not. Turn around. He ran down the way. Why? Yeah. Monster's presence is signified by a flicker. Wow. Exploded a trap. Okay, cool. We need to move it now because he already gave us the way. You're like hurting yourself. Why? Using the gas as a smoke screen, but it is burning time that I'm not liking. We gotta go. Or not. What can I do here? What can I do here? Okay. I'm actually stuck. What the fuck? do the work, and now this tunnel's clear, and that's how we got through. We took a risk, we took a bit of damage, but we still managed to make it. What the fuck? Oh, maybe I'm celebrating too early because I'm not actually through yet. Yeah, die, dick. Yeah, you wish you had a gas mask. Oh, you're hearing in front of me. Back out over there. Part is that I can't see not effectively, not clearly. The gas can with a gas trap, cool. But I'm injured and there's rats all around. I'm gonna die here. Let's... go back into the gas because it's our last hope. Because I believe if I take one more hit, I'm dead. Maybe charged through the smoke, aren't I? So, no, it's fucking pistol. It does solve everything, actually. Damn. But you gotta admit, that was a really good attempt. You got a really good attempt. I did not. That was on me. Look. I started acting with my instinct and I stopped commentating because I believed that part of what I want to showcase for videos is both a good mix, a good blend of just active commentary, and it's just, hey, I'm locking in, pay attention to the moment where I'm not actively talking because I'm focusing 1000%. But if I can get better at doing that, at being able to choose what I want to focus on while being able to block out other noise, then that's how I feel I'll be comfortable enough to start doing streaming. But I wanted to at least try video creating first because streaming felt like a shortcut to that. And I didn't want to take shortcuts. I never wanted to take shortcuts. But shortcuts, once used, are actually a big help. And there's no shame in taking them. But at least know both routes. There's no shame in knowing both routes. When it's faster, when it's harder, just so you have another option. Now, the amateur soldier thinks that once they reach the German line, once they infiltrate, the raid is over. No, that's where the raid begins. You come prepared with tools to disarm traps. You come prepared for close quarters combat. You come prepared for blood. For combat. To destroy the other person by any means necessary. Oh, it happened again! What is this, number 9? Number 8? I don't know. But there was probably a lot of really good stuff, but that one was with feeling. If you're able to be immersed with the moment, that one was with feeling. So I'll give this one more go. If I die, I die, but like I will be able to continue from now. But we're getting closer to where I want to be comfortable with saving. So I think this episode is going to be a really good one, but got to be a couple steps ahead to lay down the few steps I leave behind. The wrinkle in time, I suppose. Okay. Alright. I don't know if the meat is a really good thing used to distract the monster. Maybe it's not just a rat distraction. Maybe I can use it to distract the monster as well. So we're walking. I wonder at the end of the playthrough, like when we get to the statistics screen, to see like, oh, how many times did you die? And not be surprised by that count. Or how long I've spent in this save file trying to achieve a thing. We learned Fortin's code. I didn't write it down, but it's recorded, but I won't look back on it because to me that feels like it's cheating. I want to actually do it once right. So once I've done it, I could do it again because I've already done it once. That whole sort of thing. Right, this is Barton or Boucher's locker. This is 7195. You do something you dictate important enough, you'll learn it like it's second nature. You choose what is important to you, and you choose to come back to it as long as you know exactly where you left everything. But you're trying to rearrange something for someone else, unless they know about it, they're gonna be so fucking confused. And why the hell is everything different? If you don't tell people that, hey, this thing's different now, then how are they gonna know how to update themselves? How are they going to know how to update themselves if you don't tell someone that, hey, it's not just one way to do things. That's your way, cool, but this is my way, and I was hoping you would like to collaborate to work together to mesh the two ideas. I don't think there's any harm in trying to do that as a concept, but we get that brick, we move it towards Arsenal. Then we go towards this comms area, and then we grab the fuse, we hear the monster. He won't be here, he will be downstairs. walking, we're walking, we're walking. Take the brick, and we're walking. He's to my right, so I can start sprinting. See breath in that hole, so we're cool. See, he emerged because I made a lot of noise, but now I know where he is. Transferring into this area. Doesn't despawn him, but I know where he is rather than where he isn't. Think about it, humans are kind of like cats. Kind of like seeing if can I achieve this thing all in one go, no matter what happens. The answer is yes, but there's no shame in trying to do it over and over and over and over. It's practice. You're learning about it. You're seeing what's different when I run the simulation again. What happens because of what. You deconstruct everything to reconstruct it into another method, another form. Freelance. Picking up odd jobs because, well, it's odd. No one else is doing it. Why not me? No one else is doing it. And now we're injured. That's okay. We're still alive. Alex, you want to end the episode early? Oh shit, maybe I do want to end the episode early. And that's what we call not locking in enough. But that's okay. Talking while playing is actually really hard. And I commend anybody that has the skill to do it because you're focusing so hard on those senses. Because talking is allowing that. And talking to describe what you're seeing. It opens you to the feelings of what's happening around you at the same time. Explain your thought process to say, oh, this is interesting. You kind of talk out loud, but like, what if you had an inside voice that was in your mind, and that's your usual quiet talking voice? For me, that was always how I expressed myself, because I was always this perpetual cycle of something. And I figured out what that cycle is, trying again until I'm dead. But it's still that refusal to, like, I'm just going to keep trying. I'm just going to keep trying until I see that it works. And it is working. But yeah. So, the best way to create an opportunity to strike is to create a diversion. To subvert their expectations, to catch an enemy off guard. You know that the enemy is distracted, then you can strike because they'll never see it coming. That's what I picked up from Fallout New Vegas, is from the NCR, is be the last thing they never see. And that's okay. Cool. That's pretty good, genuine advice to kind of live by. Be the last thing they never see. So why not be those things? Then again, that line of thinking, I could be paraphrasing because I'm trying to remember it off the top of my head, but that whole line of thinking is pretty much based on trying to reapply the concept of be the last thing they ever see, like a sniper's position killing someone, to, like, when it just comes to people. Like, people don't expect what they don't know. And when they realize that, like, oh, they've been watched, that they've been outsmarted, it's like, oh, shit. It's kind of like a surprise party. But I never kind of saw it. And then I realized you kind of have to create the surprise. You have to create a plan come to fruition. Because a lot of this is repeating different stuff. And by the time I actually finish this playthrough and start up a new one, I'm going to start playing freelancer and just start cranking out videos. Not really because of the fact that it's like it makes money. It's not about the money. It's about me just making something. It's about me just choosing, hey, I want to do this. I'm doing this. I like this. This is fun. I like immersing myself with giving myself a problem based on um, pre-dictated rules and abiding by them and respecting them. But wondering what can I do outside of those rules? What can I do to bend those rules, to break those rules? Because I think improving something by just the simple stat increase, or you do something but you do it a bit better, but you can't directly tell that it's better, feels a bit boring. But the same can be said by something so simple. Knowing that your attacks hit really hard, knowing that your attacks are on par with what's around you. You feel like you're keeping up and you're actually not being afraid of the world around you. That's what that kind of is. Going outside is that same feeling. It's that, okay, cool, let me get out from my living space where I am comfortable with everything I surrounded myself with. Let me go out of my comfort zone, my living space, and explore to see what new, different, dangerous, yet exciting, terrifying things are out there waiting for me. For me, that's the human experience. It's that back and forth of I go gather something, I come back. I go hunt something, I come back. It's that endless thing of both that worked really well. And I think that's me recreating how to live like early man in the most backwards way possible in a modern age. Because in being born into a society where you don't understand what it means to be human, you live in a society that doesn't have the human inside the human, you see its flaws. Why is the society that's punishing you to live a certain way to sustain itself? Is that a sustainable society? No. If a society is welcoming, that encourages people to join it for a common cause to help out each other, community built on love, then I think that's super important. But it's also whatever you define your love to be. And if your definition of love is to just be, that's why I kept drifting in and out of friend groups. That's why I kept doing the things I always did. Because, like, none of this, I wouldn't have done everything I've done if it didn't mean something to me. I don't like doing things that are meaningless. I want what I do to have meaning. And it was just difficult. It was super difficult knowing that, like, a lot of what people consider love to be isn't what I thought it would be. Like, wishing for true love is really funny because true love is the fact that you love yourself enough to be this person that you are at all times. Love holds you together as a person. You are held by love at all times. And not knowing that sense of security, that unbreakable trust and bond with yourself, that nothing can break this iteration of myself that I love and care so much, because I choose to stay as this current form, as this current shape of my soul, because that's what I like about myself. But at the same time, I do not wish to allow any parts of myself to essentially be triggering for others, but I want to show signs that, hey, I'm a very in depth person just constantly creating. Is it so wrong to separate art from creator if they're the one that made it? If there's a reason that it needed to be made, if there's a reason to create that expression, because expression comes from feeling. You felt something, you need to express it. Me talking about it sends it out in the air, and I believe that I'm being heard because I always want to believe that I'm being heard. Because my entire life, I was always listening to what everyone else was doing. And for the longest time, I never listened to what I wanted to do. And this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to just record videos, play games, sometimes edit them, but always post them. I wanted to record what I wanted to do, leave whatever's in that happened, because trying to take something out feels shallow, feels lame. It feels like, why would you take that out? It's part of the moment. There's embarrassment, sure, but like, once you feel like the whole world is laughing at you, what is there to be embarrassed about? Why not laugh with the world? Like, insecurity comes from doubts that you can create about yourself. It's about not being able to face your own inner demons that have haunted you or that are still haunting you. Because if you find yourself lost in life, if you find yourself constantly wondering that you're not going anywhere, then what's the issue? Is the issue the life that you created for yourself? Is that the issue? Is that the life that you find yourself in? You could still change your mind. You could still decide, cool, this is what situation you are in now. What can you do to change that? Do you want it to change? Do you want things to be better? Do you want things to stay the same? Because you surround yourself by things exactly what you deserve because you picked them. You picked them out. And every now and again, the structure you're surrounded by is not always your own, and that's okay. But you could still live your life the way you see fit, and no one can really tell you otherwise. No one really likes being told what to do, but if they see the cause behind it, they'll give it their all. If they see, like, hey, I want to help out, I want to make the world a better place, who are you to deny that? Why would you get in their way? In fact, why not help them? It's okay if you want to. It's okay if you don't. It's a choice. To help someone is a choice. And I'm choosing to help myself the only way I knew how. By doing the thing that calms me down the most. By playing video games. Because it was always as easy as just pushing buttons. And I love pushing buttons. Buttons are simple. You push a thing, it does a thing. It's great. It was so simple and that I loved it. But I pushed complex buttons, buttons that did more things, that made more things happen. And I felt like I was being magical in a way. That I'm doing something, I'm puppeteering a show that feels like a moment is happening because I made it happen. Because my childhood, a lot of my life, it stems from a lot of just being deprived. Being a jack of all trades also means that you have to deprive yourself of what you once believed was yours. But you can always take a piece of everything and make it a part of yourself. You can become an amalgamation of your experiences because that is what most people are. That is what all people are. But it's always troubling to wonder what drives people to do the things that they do. You know, always wonder, like, what can you do to help, or what can you do to, like, try to be a good friend. I don't know. For me, my type of love, aside from talking about the cycles of violence, was just sharing that moment. That, like, hey, when things get violent, it's pretty scary, and I know what it was like. And I guess I never wanted another person to feel alone. because I felt alone throughout everything. And it was some of the most painful shit ever, because sometimes you needed a distraction to just deal with it as it happens, but other times you really just want to be told, hey, everything's gonna be okay. Like, no matter what, everything always turns out okay. That is the constant rule of life, that everything is okay. And that's okay. No matter what stage of life that you're in, you're still breathing, you still find a place to rest, you're okay. Don't give up. Well, that was a nice little moment of feeling, but crack open another cold one. I'll do the outro, finish up this video, edit the third episode, because I'm a little bit ahead of myself. But I think that's okay. As long as I know that there's material that I can work with, I can still do whatever I want with it. But to whoever chooses to listen to these videos, these long form videos in all their entirety, I genuinely do appreciate it, because for the longest time I just wanted to be heard, and now I can be heard. That, yeah, life is pain if you allow it to be. But you don't have to allow you don't have to allow your pain to change who you are. And I want to believe that my life is an example of that. I know what I am. I know exactly who I am, and I know my experiences. But I've gone through the loop so many times that, like, you begin to forget which experience is yours. If you have the ability to immerse yourself in experiences like none other, if you have the ability to just put yourself in someone else's shoes, you do that over and over and over and over again, you begin to lose out on what is yours, and that drove me insane for a while. And I wanted to figure out what exactly is mine that I liked out of everything. And I loved everything that I saw. There was never a moment where I felt that I didn't love something I saw. But, well, let's go back to the menu. I forgot that this is the 10th time that save fucking happened, and I realized, and it just clears, like, oh my god. Maybe this is the reason why it happens, so that the game can attempt to cheer me up by saying, oh, now you have everything. You were never deprived to begin with. But maybe that's the point. Maybe that's why this sequence happens in this specific way. Why it just happened that way. You were never deprived, you choose to deprive yourself of specific things. And maybe my life was an example of what happens if you deprive yourself of what it means to be a man. Or what it means to be a person. What it means to just be. To do is to be. So, as long as you always give yourself something to do, you won't ever feel hollow. You won't ever grow mad. You won't ever feel dead inside. As long as you nourish your mind, you can continue to nourish your body. And as long as you nourish your body, you can continue to nourish your mind. But as long as you nourish your heart, and you maintain what's right for your heart, your joy, your sense of wonder, your whimsy, everything silly, that's how you keep yourself alive, no matter what. Thank you for joining me for this episode. I'll likely title this episode This Time with Feeling, and it's still the same ending. But that's the point. It's not the same. None of this was the same. They look the same, but if you choose to pick it up, if you choose to see something that interests you, just on the title alone, that is honest, that conveys the idea in a concise way, that invites you to say, hey, this is my let's play of this specific thing a fourth time. Let's see what I did different. I wanted people to be okay with seeing that, because that's what most of the human experience is. Trying things on your own, because not everyone's going to do everything for you. It's nice if that happens, but like, if everyone's doing everything for you, then what are you doing? If everyone's doing everything for you, shouldn't you enjoy it? But how? By being a kid. By pretending like everything's new. Because everything is new. Everything's always renewing itself at some point in time. But, I don't know. I'm rambling in both a philosophical, emotional, personal sense, because spiritual journey and healing journey is fun. But I wanted to at least be honest, that say that, hey, I'm coming from a place where I'm not doing great, but I'm not doing bad either. I took a serious couple of hits, pretty bad ones, but I'm still alive and I'm still here. And I will continue to be alive and still here, doing my own thing until people decide, hey, I kind of want to see what he's doing, and I kind of want to be around him. And when people see that, cool. I will make friends. But I know what to share, what not to share. But I at least wanted to be transparent and honest, because I never wanted a specific icon of a person to be all they are, face value, because you can apply an avatar to something like the being that creates, destroys, whatever, that influences the world around them, but it's the person that controls the avatar that decides what they want to do with their lives. And the external body is just a bunch of different changing things. It's the chosen form that the avatar chooses to take on. I don't know. I've been on a bunch of weird spiritual stuff, because I am actually rewatching Avatar: The Last Airbender, but I'm watching it with my dad. And I haven't had something like that, and it's difficult to open up with my dad, but I still always like spending time with him, because talking about the hard stuff is always going to be hard, because it's willingly choosing to tap into the pain, into the hurt that you felt for so long, and expressing it. But knowing to try to keep a balance of talking about it to ease that feeling, compared to outright crying, because crying hurts. It never feels good. But that's the point. It's release. It's extreme release in its own most extreme form. When someone cries, it's because they're feeling something extremely. It's never a sign of weakness. Crying is not weakness. But I didn't want what happened to me, the people in my life, like what they did. I don't want to allow them to take away the one thing that makes me feel better, the couple of things that makes me feel better. Because, like, feelings are personal. Everything is personal. But I wanted this channel to be and feel like it's a personal channel, because I am doing this for me. I'm doing this for me because it feels right. It feels good. I don't really care if I'm making money, because money is not important to me. What's important to me is staying alive as long as possible. By testing my own limits, by testing my own things, by theory, examples, all those sorts of things. But I could still make money, so I could still change my environment around me. But money is not the thing I should drive for. You spend your life chasing money. You just spent your life chasing money, when you should have the money come to you. by, like, if you decide with an idea that allows you to generate something more than what you're currently intaking, then you're doing fine. You're still sustaining yourself. If you can continue to sustain yourself, you're okay. But life gets pretty crazy. Life gets pretty crazy. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like. I'm Alex Wizard, and I will see you lads when I see you. Thank you for spending this time with me. Now, hopefully this button that ends the recording actually works. I heard a noise. I don't know if it works. I'm just going to manually turn it off. Maybe it did work. I could be wrong. Alright. Take it easy, lads. I'll see you next time.